As I continue to change my overall credit card strategies and cancel some staple credit cards that I once used a ton, in this video, we're going to talk about what's in my wallet for the remainder of 2025, as well as what my strategy is going to be going forward. And the first card I would love to talk about, because I just utilized its sign up bonus prior to making this video, is the IHG Premier credit card. This card is one of my favorite hotel centered credit cards because it has one of the most easily justifiable annual fees. Coming with a $95 annual fee, every anniversary year that you renew this card, you are going to get an additional free night credit that easily is twofold what you are paying for the annual fee. And that is not even including its Platinum Elite status, which carries tons of benefits in the intercontinental ecosystem. It's also going to get you that TSA pre-check that you can renew every 4 years. Now, the sign-up bonus that I'm talking about on the IG Premier card is the 5 free nights variation that is currently offered at the time of filming this video. But if you would like to capture this bonus, I would act fast because it is ending soon. But I just utilized 3 of the 5 free night credits in the Intercontinental in Lisbon, Portugal. Every single night at this hotel runs around $300. So these 3 free nights that I just utilized total to upwards of $900 of value at a 5-star resort. Now, a lot of people have some gripes with these free night credits because they do have an expiration date and kind of a cap on how much you can utilize. But if you can capture between, I would say, $250 to $300 per free night, guys, this is a $1,500 sign up bonus for a $95 annual fee credit card that is one of the best in the hotel ecosystem. I don't know about you guys, but this credit card is a no-brainer and a forever keeper card in my wallet. Moving on to credit card number 2, and a very common credit card here in the YouTube space is the Chase Sapphire Preferred. If you're unaware, in my last video, I talked about how I canceled my American Express Gold card. So now I have to kind of come up with different ways to subsidize my flights in points and miles. Now, I've personally had my Chase Sapphire Preferred going on 5 years, but my Player 2 has never had one in her wallet. And when that 100,000 points offer popped up on the Chase Sapphire Preferred, I referred my Player 2, captured that referral bonus, and she was able to secure us 100,000 points in Chase Ultimate Reward points. Since I'm going very all in on the Hilton ecosystem, as well as just hotel-centered credit cards in general, I need to save my Chase Ultimate Reward points for those flight partners. And one of my favorite parts about Chase Ultimate Reward points is at 1.25 cents in the Chase travel portal. I have no issue, guys. I know it's a kind of touchy topic, but I have no problem redeeming my Chase Ultimate Reward points for 1.25 cents per point for flights. And I did so for my flight later this year to Florence, Italy. There was no transfer partners with a direct flight to Florence on the day that I needed, and I had no issue utilizing the lump sum of Chase Ultimate Reward points that I had from throughout the year on this flight for me and my Player 2. So honestly, the Chase ecosystem will always be number one for me aside from whatever I'm focusing on, just because of the flexibility of those points. And moving on to credit card number 3, and one that pairs directly with the Chase Sapphire Preferred to make up the Chase trifecta, is the Chase Freedom Flex. Now, the Chase Freedom Flex is hands down one of my favorite credit cards in my entire wallet. And that's mainly due to its 5% rotating categories that we get 4 different times a year. This means every 3 months, I can expect the Chase Freedom Flex to offer me 5% multipliers that I can fit into different parts of my lifestyle. And currently in this quarter, going from July to September, we're getting 5% back on gas, EV charging stations, as well as live entertainment. Now, the gas and EV charging is where I'm going to capitalize the most because my Player 2 drives a gas vehicle and I drive a Tesla. And if you're unaware, you can change the payment method in your Tesla app. So when you go supercharge, it's going to yield 5% back in Chase Ultimate Reward points. And then my wife will take care of that 5% in gas. And then if we do anything like movies or buy movie tickets or any type of live entertainment coding purchases, I will definitely put it on my Chase Freedom Flex. Because like I said in the previous part of the video, the currency compared to any other credit card currency is easily not only the most valuable, but one of the most liquid, because worst case scenario, if you want to alter your credit card setup, you can actually cash these points out at a 1 cent per point floor value. Exiting the Chase ecosystem and moving on to credit card number 4 is the American Airlines World Platinum Select MasterCard. Now, this card, guys, comes with a $99 annual fee, but the main reason I scooped it up was because they are offering a $0 introductory annual fee on year 1, And then subsequently on year 2 and beyond, you pay the annual fee of $99. And I really needed these American Airlines points, guys, because as we know, there is no credit card ecosystem that can directly transfer into American Airlines. While we can book partner flights with other partners such as Alaska Airlines as well as British Airways, it is just not the same versus just booking directly with the carrier. And you can see this flexibility with the flight I booked directly from Rome to MIA Airport, which is my home airport. When I was booking my Euro trip when I'm returning from Rome, American Airlines actually announced the creation of this brand new flight that didn't exist before. And the crazy thing is, I was able to secure it for me and my player two just for 17,500 points each, directly from Europe to Miami. Now, this is less than half of the sign up bonus, guys, that I got when I applied for this credit card, which is why I believe this was a no brainer. And if they have that $0 introductory annual fee, I think this credit card is a no brainer for everyone. But now where City kind of threw the monkey wrench, and I made an entire video on this, was prior to the change, you were able to product change your American Airlines card after the first year into any City ecosystem credit card. So my initial plan was to turn it into either a double cash or custom cash to start my City footprint, since I currently have 0 City cards except the American Airlines. But there's data points as reported by Doctor of Credit that support is no longer allowing you to transfer outside of that American airline system. But guys, I have no issue holding this for an entire year. And when that annual fee hits, I will more than likely be canceling. But I also have the availability to apply for a second one since I've never had the credit card either. Moving on to the next card in my wallet, and one that I'm going to keep pretty brief because I've spoken about this card in my last 2 videos, is the Hilton Surpass. And if you've seen any of those, you know that this is the main focus of my entire credit card setup, where I'm placing all of my spend on my Hilton Surpass to get that additional free night credit, which, as we know, carry values upwards in the 4 digits per night. And I just utilize this free night credit in Rome, overlooking the Roman Colosseum, which has a 4-figure price tag. But the major complaint I get about Hilton in every single video that I make is that their points are worthless. I just want to show you 2 other redemptions I've made outside of that free night credit to show you guys that it's kind of super simple to get that zero point 0.5 cents per point floor, especially if you capitalize on the SLH partnership. So for this 2-night stay in Florence, Italy at the SLH Hotel Regency, it's going to have a dollar face value of $1,200 USD. And we compare that to the 170,000 Hilton Honors points that I paid. If we divide the dollar amount by the hotel cost in points and multiply by 100, we're going to see that I got a zero point 0.7 cents per point value, which is way higher than that 0.5 cents per point. We can do another comparison to the hotel that I'm staying at in Portugal, kind of for my last leg after I check out of the Intercontinental. And this is the Palacio de Gobernador. It's going to be 60,000 Hilton Honors points. And we compare that to the $348 face value it has. We're going to get a zero point 0.6 cents per point redemption. So as you can see, when you stay at the kind of higher dollar amounts or other resorts such as the Waldorfs, you're going to easily be able to capture well above that zero point 0.5 cents per point. Now, the main reason I focus on Hilton Honors cents per point redemptions is because this dictates how much I'm actually earning when I look at those multipliers. When we take a look at the multiplier for dining, which is 6x, if we are capturing consistently a zero point 0.5 cents per point, then we are realistically getting a 3x back on a kind of dollar amount in dining. Same thing goes for its 4x on online shopping and then the 3x catch-all aspect. So when you are getting the higher cents per point redemptions, those multipliers are much more lucrative on every single purchase. But as you guys know, my travel philosophy, I am not going to let a cents per point dictate whether I make a redemption or not. If I see a resort that I really would love to travel to and it's going to get a zero point 0.4 cents per point in Hilton Honors points, guys, I'm still going to make that redemption. As you know, I'm part of Team Earn and Burn. I'm going to spend those credit card points, make memories, and make sure I am spending as little out of pocket for these redemptions as possible. Moving on to the last credit card on the list, and while it's not the last credit card in my rotation, these are just the major kind of mileage gainers that I'm utilizing in Q3. And it's going to be the Bilt MasterCard. Now, we all know the Bilt MasterCard as being the only credit card on the market that gets us that 1x cents per point on rental payments and waives that 3% transactional charge. And having a $3,000 rent in Miami, Florida, this credit card earns me a static $30 in Bilt points month after month. And after I'm done achieving that second free night credit on my Hilton Surpass by hitting that $15,000 of spend, the Built MasterCard is going to become my dedicated dining credit card. Because as we know, the neighborhood dining program in Miami, Florida has a large footprint. So I'm consistently getting 4 to 5x on every single one of my dining purchases. And the Built portfolio, guys, from a transfer partner perspective, is honestly my number one because they have access to Alaska Airlines and they are the only ecosystem that has access now that American Express lost that kind of loophole with Hawaiian Airlines. And it has access to the world of Hyatt. So it complements my Chase Ultimate Reward points very, very well. I have Alaska for flights, and if I need supplementation for any Hyatt redemptions, I can do so with my Built points. And now that we have official confirmation from Built themselves that the Built Card 2.0 is releasing sooner than later, I am very eager to see what these credit cards are going to look like. Are they just going to be another coupon book like the other issuers are going, such as the Chase Sapphire Reserve and all of the Amex ecosystem credit cards? Or is it going to be something fresh for us in the credit card points and miles game? Whether it's good or not, guys, I love the Built MasterCard. I am so confused why this credit card gets so much hate because it is a $0 annual fee credit card. I honestly believe a $0 annual fee credit card that offers you travel points and miles, as well as doesn't need a premium card to do so, should be in everyone's wallet, whether it gets you tons of mileage or just gets you a static rental payment and points every single month. Well, guys, that's going to conclude the video of which credit cards are getting the most mileage out of me in quarter three of 2025. Well, I've made some critical changes to my rotation, such as canceling my American Express Gold and then shifting my kind of focus over to the Hilton ecosystem and supplementing flights with Built as well as the Chase Ultimate Reward points. But all in all, guys, I am having a blast, and I have 3 international trips booked for the remainder of 2025 that were totally bankrolled on points and miles. But if you enjoyed this video, guys, feel free to smash that subscribe button as it directly supports my channel. And if you want another credit card video, I have one right here for you guys.